Hello, my name is David Spungen, founder and principal consultant at the Leader Growth Group. Welcome to today's chat on increasing your influence by expanding what I call your choice gap. So to start things off, I'd like for you to reflect back on a recent time when you were experiencing high stress, maybe some negative emotions as well, to the point where you were compromised, where you weren't your highest best self as a person, as a leader. Maybe you were just in traffic this week, got cut off by another driver and yelled back at them. Or maybe you were in the workplace, got upset with a coworker and sent off a passive-aggressive email. Whatever your moment is, as you look back on it in hindsight, you're probably a little embarrassed by that reactivity. And here's the thing. As a leader, we can't afford to be reactive. You're always on a stage. You're always being evaluated. And as such, you can't afford to be ruled by your emotions. So let's take a minute to look at what causes reactivity within us, and more importantly, what we can do about it. Humans are sense-making machines. Events are happening all around us every second of the day, and our brains are working overtime to apply meaning to them. When you observe an event, you experience an emotion and apply a story to explain what is happening to you. Both emotion and story happen almost simultaneously, and they feed one another. The emotional story that you then decide upon informs the action that you take in the world, and that produces a result. Now, we know from the work of neuroleadership expert David Rock that if you assess that your status is in jeopardy, or your future is becoming uncertain, or your autonomy isn't being infringed upon, or your ability to relate to your team is faltering, or you just straight up deem something as being unfair, then you're likely to experience negative emotions like fear and anger and have what's called an amygdala hijack moment. This is your body's natural stress response, and you'll experience a surge of testosterone, cortisol, and adrenaline as you take action to either fight, flee, or freeze in the face of adversity. Now, as a leader, you have to evolve beyond this ancient survival strategy. Key to this evolution is increasing your choice gap. You see, you can't stop that amygdala hijack from happening. It lives deep within your DNA. Yet you can observe your own reactivity in the moment, and in doing so, you're going to slow things down. By simply shining a light on your negative emotions and the story that's feeding them, you're creating the space necessary to choose actions that are more aligned with how you want to show up as a leader. Now, in my experience of coaching and training leaders for nearly a decade, I've noticed that the ability to increase one's choice gap, particularly in periods of high stress and when under pressure, as being one of the single greatest ways for a leader to increase their influence across the organization. That's it for today. And a follow-up to this discussion, I'll be offering moving beyond just self-awareness and more towards self-management through intervention strategies. If you're interested in continuing this conversation, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel or to follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks for joining us here today. I'll see you next time.